Hello everybody, today we're going to play a Sicilian defense. So, we play e4, c5, and now the main line is this. We develop our knight. So, the main move is d4 or c6, but now we play the immediate d4, because after he takes, we take with the queen, and the knight cannot come out anymore, attacking our queen. So we just have a strong queen in the center. This is kind of the same as we would play against c6 immediately before developing the knight, and then our knight would be back. So now we just get a good carry gun because we develop a bishop, and we have the pressure on the center. We play e6 to open up our other bishop, but first getting this bishop out. Now we just take, he'll take back, and now we have this move, queen here, or you can maybe give check with the bishop. So if we go with this check, he can block. So let's come out with the queen, putting pressure to this pawn and to this pawn. So now we're threatening to take, and take this pawn in the center. That's exactly what we're going to do. Winning the pawn. We can also maybe take with the knight, but I like it with queen more because we want to trade queens. Because we are up a pawn now. This is a passer. So let's see if he trades. He can also just develop. And then we maybe pin it. We develop a knight. We just have a great position. We also attack this pawn, by the way, 2 times. So that's also nice. And now we even have this pawn we can take, but then we give him a bit too much development, so I would just take the queen and take the pawn. So now we're up 2 pawns. We threaten to take the bishop, he goes around, he wants to give this check, but I want to get my bishop out. But let's first get the knight out. This check doesn't do anything, we just drop this knight back. Protected, our rook will go to the c file. Then we will develop our bishop. We want to take that knight, we want a castle, and we want to put a rook on the d file and on the c file. He defends it, but that doesn't really, he takes this one. It's a bit of an annoying move actually, but we can, I think, just take, just get rid of this piece, and then drop our knight back, or maybe even go forward, or even dropping back to this to defend this one. Yeah, I like that move, dropping back, because we are just up 2 pawns, so we can kinda do whatever we want. He may have the bishop here, but this is alright, we castle. Knight is defended, and now we defend this pawn, because the threat was to take the knight, we take back, and then he grabs the pawn over here. But now we defend that one, he takes our rook. We already wanted to go to the d file with our rook, so let's do that. Now I want to chase away this bishop, just putting it so that it doesn't have any more pressure on the knight. Maybe our knights want to reroute. Let's see where he goes. If he takes, we are very happy. Now we play this move, and we want to reroute this one, but first we want to take control of the open file, so we don't want to take him, he doesn't want to take us. And this bishop is just bad because it's just staring at a wall of pawns. The useful move for him in the future is this h4 move, trying to shred open our position. He attacks us, we just move out of the way. It's just alright. I also like to play this move in the future, because that kind of stops this one, because we can just take with one of these pieces, and it looks at this nice c5 square. Also this knight wants to jump in the position, and maybe we even want to double. So let's say we develop our knight to this square, he takes, we want to take with the rook to double our rooks, and if he takes, you just get a very strong pawn. And after we traded a couple of pieces, we can try to make it an endgame. So now we want to play this idea. stopping this a4 move. The bishop isn't really doing anything over here. It's just a target for if you want to move to this square. So I think we can maybe also go like that, but I think this is just a good move. Maybe rerouting to this, attacking the bishop. f6 is a bit of a weakening move, it doesn't really matter. But I think now we can maybe try to go with the knight here, attacking this bishop because we just want to take it. So maybe he has to place bishop to this square. Then we can jump in with the knight, attacking the bishop, attacking the pawn. He maybe moves there. He already does, so now we just take the bishop, eliminate it. He can take this one, but then we just take the rook. So he takes the rook first, then he wants to take this one. No, he doesn't. And now we just reroute this knight. We have control of the file, so we want to infiltrate. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Getting the rook active on the 7th rank. Now I want to bring my king, get this knight maybe around. Yeah, now we want to go back because he played this pawn forward, he gave us these squares to work with. And also after the rook comes here attacking this pawn, we couldn't defend it before, but now we can move our knight here, and he can play this because that hangs the bishop. So let's see what he's going to do. I think this was a very bad move, because we were not really threatening to push, and it gives us these squares. And because the bishop is now here, it kinda traps our rook, but our rook isn't gonna get trapped because it always has some escape square. He takes our knight, so now I just think we should jump in like this or like this. That's something I don't really know. So after this he maybe has this move. So I like this one a little bit more. But after this one he plays this. And then we cannot drop back. So I think going around like this is more useful because he wants to push. Then we can go to this one. We can also maybe go like that. I don't really know. Okay, maybe, yeah, I like this move. We attack this pawn. He cannot take it. Oh, and I really want to bring my king, because a king is a very important piece in the endgame, and we are not using it well. Yeah, we see that's why he cuts us off. But now we just take this pawn, free pawn, attacking the bishop, threatening to win another pawn. After which we are really winning. We are already really winning by actually. So now let's push this pawn, get our king to the center like this, build for our center. Yeah, so now we bring our king. He goes with his king to the outside. Okay, I wanna play this move, but that drops this pawn. So maybe I wanna block. Yeah, block the rook's vision. Because if after I play this one now, he cannot take the pawn. So now I wanna bring my king. Push this pawn. Maybe win this pawn. Get another outside passer. So now we see he goes after this pawn, so after we take, so we just drop back, defend our pawn, attack the bishop, because we don't want to lose this pawn, because then he gets a very active rook and our king, and this is, it's not a fork because we don't win material. Actually it is a fork because we do win material, but no we don't, because after the trade he gets this pawn in the end. That's just winning, because then we can bring our king up, play h4. So I am going to take this one. But now instead of taking this pawn, I'm gonna push. You see, he pre-moved that. So now we take the rook, and he can resign. Why did he thought, of course, I was gonna take the pawn. So let's analyze the game. Nice, we had 1800 elo. That's good. Learning a new opening is a fun way of building a fresh start. We played actually at 92.2%. That's very nice. So in defense. And yeah, this is just a bad move because it gives us a good Caro-Kann. I told you, we pin the bishop, e6. He thought we shouldn't have taken, but he thought we should take the knight. And then take maybe. But it's what happened in the game. But take, queen out. Great move, winning the first pawn, trading off the queens, winning the second pawn, developing the knight, getting our bishop out, just trading off, dropping back, he pins us castle. These bishops look scary, but they're not doing anything because we can just kick them away. That's exactly what we did. Now the rook comes in, one move threat, we move the rook, and he wastes 2 moves on the bishop, so now we get an extra move. We reroute the knight, he reroutes the bishop, we jump in, he attacks us, we go this way, taking this bishop, we take it, he takes a rook, but like I said, this is bad because now we get control of the file, he takes, we drop back, and he plays this move, and I thought this was a mistake because in the future we can go back exploiting these mistakes. Rook goes active, now we jump in, and the knight jumps in, we win the pawn, the bishop has to move a lot, he just does some things with his king, but isn't that good of a move. And yeah, there was a little trick here. I was trying to take this pawn, so for example he moves here, take this pawn with check because he spinned, but he saw it, so he played his king forward, I played d5, best move defending the pawn, best move picking it up, and he thought the best move was this. No, he even thought the best move was this, so kinda has the same idea as me, just want to push this pawn, but I thought I first push my pawn and then I bring my king. But here, he just pre-moved this, we saw in the game, and now we just win because of course he thought we were gonna take, and then he takes. But we were not going to take this pawn because in the future we will vote anyway, so if he push and he tries to really defend the pawn, we would push maybe again. No, we wouldn't push, now I would have brought my king, because if he tries to undermine me maybe I can push this pawn, and now these pawns are just deadly. And if he doesn't try that and he tries to come back with his king, just bring my king, I threaten this pawn, and if I take this pawn now, he doesn't even win this pawn back, so I just start pushing these pawns, winning me the game. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have